Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer ought to be a big treat. This is Artisan Ales, or Prairie Artisan Ales, and they are out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Uh, I had two different people send me this same beer. Shane sent me one and Moses sent me one. And I'm not going to review both of them, guys, so I'm going to shout out both Shane and Moses for sending me the same beer. Prairie does some really tasty stuff. And Shane has got this thing taped up very well with electrical tape up on top of it. So let me see if I can get that peeled off here while I'm flapping my gums. And these darker beers they do are exceptionally well done. This is a 13%er alcohol, and I don't see the IBUs. It says here on the bottle, Imperial Stout aged on coffee, cocoa nibs, and vanilla beans, and chili peppers. So, and it's still got the price tag on it, the one that Shane has sent me here, $9.74 for this one bottle. So, kind of a little on the pricey side, but you've got to realize you're drinking a 13%er. And some of their bottles have some kind of Julian coat on them, and this one is sweating profusely. And we'll look and see if I can decipher that when we come back. But commercial description on this one says, Birthday Bomb was conceived to celebrate 3 wonderful years of experimentation and fun-loving flavors like the current incarnation with caramel sauce, made in-house by our brewers with nothing but black gloves and a propane tank. The rest is in a complex mix of hops and malt with a healthy dose of signature coffee and spices. You know exactly what we're talking about. I don't have the IBUs listed here on Rate Beer, and I do not see them listed on Beer Advocate. Let me take a quick look here, guys. No, but they got a massive commercial description over there on that site. So we'll check in with Untapped, and they're saying 13% with 65 IBUs. So that's what we're going to go with. Food pairings for this style being a double Imperial IPA, Imperial Stout. Cheesy or buttery, brie, good Havarti, Swiss. Goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. Well, I didn't quite get the cap off that time. There we go. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. And a glassware of Pintbacker Night Tumbler Snifter. Got my favorite snifter today, guys. Oversized wine glass. And can be sold for long periods of time. And I've had these two in the fridge for a month or so. This has been saving for a special occasion. And today is that. I'm reviewing this on the 3rd of September. And as you see with that pour, didn't pour any head at all. 13%. And I just want to shout out Shane and Moses both for sending this same awesome beer, and I'm sure it's going to be very damn tasty. So, like I said, no head hardly, and pitch black, guys. No light coming through it. Let's get a nose on it. Rich, heavily burnt malt. Caramel, toffee, vanilla. Maybe some hint of some peppers and spices in there. Hints of bittersweet chocolate. A lot of stuff going on here, and being a 13% beer here, guys, this beer is going to sell for a long time, and that may be what I do with the other one. I've got another one just like this one that I may just leave stuffed in the refrigerator for a year or 2 or 3, maybe even 5. It may end up down in the fridge down in the basement there where I do most of my cellaring. So smells pretty good. 13%. This final beer of the evening for me. I'm probably going to have a buzz when I come back. So let's dive in. What do you think? Let's get it on. Cheers, Shane. Cheers, Moses. Thank you both. I appreciate it. Ooh, that's tasty. That's very tasty. And I'm not surprised. These guys do these really heavy, dark beers very damn well. They're a lot like Avery and some of the other ones that produce these monster beers. And this is only 13%, where Avery does 14, 15, 16, 17, 20% beers. So, and it's hard to hide the alcohol once you get into that 16, 17, 18%. It really is. So, this has done pretty damn well. This is a tasty beer. But, there's always a but. And you know about the buts. You know, butts are pretty stinky sometimes. But, if you're not used to drinking a beer of this magnitude, you may find this beer boozy. Especially for 13%. Somebody like myself that's used to drinking these bigger beers like this, it seems to be done pretty well. If you're jumping from a Budweiser, Miller, or Coors into this will kill your ass. So you'll think you're drinking 60 weight motor oil. I mean, this is an acquired taste, guys. It really is. You can't jump from a light beer or half a Weissen or something super light, 5% golden lager beers into something like this. This is definitely an acquired taste. You have to step into it slowly. Get you something that's 5, 6, 7%, then move up to an 8, 9, 10%. And eventually you'll work your way into something that's as potent as this 13%. And like I said, they even go on from here. I mean, you know, Avery does some 17, 18, 19, 21%ers. So, very well done, in my opinion. Very tasty beer. A great beer. And these beers are not cheap. Like you've seen the sticker on this one. This is almost $10 for this one bottle of beer. Even a lot of those micro lagers cringe when I say, oh, I can buy a 12-pack for that. Yes, you can. And you can have it, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wonderful aroma, guys. Getting the chocolate and the roasted malt big time. I'm not getting a lot of peppers or anything. There is a little bit of spiciness in there. Maybe some nutmeg or ginger or allspice or something. Definitely not a pumpkin beer. But I am getting some spiciness to it. And there is a little bit of heat there. I will not deny it. It's 13%. But it's not burning my throat or anything like that. It's very manageable. So, very tasty beer. A great beer for the final beer of the evening. So, well, let me take it and let her have sip 2 or 3 before I sit here and drink it all in front of you and sip on it for a little while. I've got a nice Obsidian Maduro wrapped cigar out on the deck that I was puffing on earlier. And I'm sure it'll go very, very well with this. So, let me sip on it for a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Look at the bottle when I come back. This bottle that I got from Shane doesn't have anything written on it that I can see. I looked at it in the light and don't see anything. The one I got from Moses has some kind of digitized code on the bottle here. So this may be an earlier version. Another reason that I think the vintage should be printed on the label somewhere instead of some kind of silly ass code printed on the bottle anywhere. In case you want to do a vertical, a 2014 or a 2016 side by side. Just my opinion, guys. They need, if they're charging you $9.75 for this bottle of beer, they could afford to put the date on the label somewhere, or a month, day, and a year, or at least a year somewhere on the bottle instead of printing a bunch of damn Julian code bullshit on there. It's just my opinion. It's just the way I feel. Especially when you buy these pricey beers like this. $10 almost for one bottle. But it costs a lot of money to make a 13% beer and make it well like these guys do. And they do it very well. It is a very tasty beer. It is a world-class beer. It is an awesome beer to me, guys. If I could get their beers here, I would probably buy some of them, but not a lot of them, because they're too expensive. I mean, you can buy beers that are probably just as good as this, and even in a bomber-sized bottle for what this beer costs, so or not much more, and get twice the beer, and twice as good, you know, just as good as beer anyway. But these guys there at Prairie Artisan Ales do some really tasty stuff. They do, and they have a big following. I'm sure they sell everything they produce. So, once again, to Shane and Moses, thanks a bunch for sending me this beer. Even though one has a date and one has a code or something written on it, and I may review that down the road. The one that Moses sent me, I may re-review that down the road, so we'll see. But thanks to both of you for sending it to me. Let's do the final chug on this one. It's about time to have some dinner. Final beer of the evening for me. Cheers. Wonderful aroma. I mean, the roasted malt and the vanilla, hints of coconut. By the way, this beer could be better if it was bourbon barrel aged. Wow. Wonderful aroma. Wonderful, wonderful aroma. Very nice taste to go with it. Awesomely well made beer, guys. Although it had an advantage on it, this is a 10 beer in a 9 bottle in my opinion. And that's where I'm going to put it. If it had a advantage somewhere on the label that was telling me this was a 2013, 2014, 2015, or 16 edition, I would probably give it to 10. But this one has nothing that I can see written on it, especially this one right here that come from Shane. Awesome beer though. A very expensive beer, but an awesome beer. It's very nice. 9 out of 10 for me, guys. I'm going to give it to 99 just because it doesn't have a vintage on it anywhere or any kind of dating on the bottle. So if it had that, I would give it to 10. Even though it's expensive, I still give it to 10. It's very well made. 13%. Get you there. Can put you in the hammer lane real quick, especially if you drink more than one of these. So the other half loved it. She thought it was delicious. And I do too. It's very nice. But got to have a little more information of what they're giving us, especially on this bottle. This may be, I may have the one that Moses sent me may be the 2016 version or the 2015. This may be the 2013 or 2014 edition, and they weren't dating them then. So that they may have stepped up to the plate since this one was done and putting some kind of code or something on it now. But it is what it is, and I graded it accordingly. I don't pull any punches. I tell you exactly what I think, and that's what I'm doing. So 9 out of 10, 10 beer, and a 9 bottle. Numeric rating for me, guys, is 99. It's kicking the door down on the 10. Just need that information. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 96 world class. No doubt, it is a world class beer, guys. And over to Rate Beer says overall 100, 95 in the style. So those guys are giving it that. So the new ones may have some kind of Julian code or something on the bottle, because I've seen something on the one that Moses sent me, but I don't see anything on this particular one. And if I had seen that, might have done a vertical with Moses and Shane side by side to see how one year is different from the other. But not having that information, it is what it is. So let's step over to Untappd for the final grade. They say 4.38, which is not quite to the 9 grade. That is in the A- grade, in my opinion. It doesn't get to the 9 until they get to 4.50, and they're giving it 4.38. So very tasty beer. A beer all the way around, guys. Definitely is. This is not the 10 for me, just because of the dating process that these guys are using. And the price of the beer. $10 for this little 12-ounce bottle. Kind of pricey, but very delicious. I enjoyed it. So it's Shane, Moses, thanks again, my 2 brothers, for sending me this and the other one, which I am going to sell it and maybe re-review at a later time. It was good. Great beer for the final beer of the evening to me, guys. So if you've had this one from Prairie Artisan Ales, let me know what you think. This is the Birthday Bomb A very tasty Imperial Stout. Very tasty. Alright guys, come on back tomorrow. Let's take something out of the fridge. See everybody then.